Welcome to my study, dear friends. This Sunday we'll be continuing our series on new spirituality or rediscovered spirituality, and the theme will be oral or narrative spirituality. Because Judaism, Christianity, Islam and Sikhism have, I would say, some spiritual problem. All of those religions have scripture fetish, not in that sexual meaning as we often see it, but in its original religious significance. Fetish as an object which is worshipped by an individual or a group because it is believed to possess special spiritual powers. And those powers are often used and exercised for control. Phenomenologically, Al-Quran, the Bible, and the Torah share many features of religious fetish. Take, for instance, treating of the text of Sefer Torah, which is dressed almost like a priest. And for its reading, people are using pointers. They are not pointing in the text, in the scroll, with their naked hand. Al-Quran requires ritual hand washing, and there are strict penalties for desecration of Quran, and it can lead in all the way down to stoning or death. And in Christianity it is softer, but Bible is always to be on top of anything or a pile of books. And even in the smaller parts of biblical or sacred script passages are used in a similar way. For instance, in Muslim tradition, amulets would contain Quranic verses. Jewish mezuzot, those small boxes on frames of doors, they contain scriptural passages. And tefillin, which are used for prayers, those belts, leatherly belts and boxes, they contain also biblical passages. And of course, I would never forget my first coming across John 3:16 being tattooed on one man's arm here in a New York subway in summer day. So scriptures are treated and they function as religious fetish. And there are unfortunately also consequences because it leads into literalism, into literal understanding, fundamentalistic understanding of the text. And it leads into worshiping of a book rather than of God. And don't get me wrong, I deeply love biblical text and the Holy Scriptures of all faith traditions. I studied biblical sciences in Prague and in Edinburgh, and my PhD is in biblical sciences and study of ancient texts. But at the same time, I know the limits of these texts and especially how they are being used. But religion is millennia older than any human writing. And even in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, all these religions actually predate their own scriptures. And so come this Sunday as we seek surprising riches, spiritual wealth of oral or narrative religion.